So all students will be involved in our study, from first to the final year students. So we expect to get around 2,000 respondents for this, where the survey will be sent through email and the LMS. And similar procedures will be done to all educators. And we expect to get 230 active lectures, excluding those who are on leave, study leave, sabbatical, and postdoc leaves. So this is our potential respondents based on faculty. So we have 5 faculties: engineering, management studies, science and defense studies, and medical, including language center. So we don't expect to get this number, but the range will be around 2,000 and 228 for the staff. So for the instruments, we'll be adopting 3 questionnaires: Camel 2011, Bates and Galloway 2012, and NHS Flipping Classroom, which is available online at surveymonkey.com. And it's going to be a 5-point scale. And then we're going to analyze descriptive and inferential analysis, the frequency, the mean standard deviation, and also correlation, Pearson, and chi-square tests for the hypothesis. So in phase 4, basically, it's all about writing up the report. And this is our flow of research activities from phase 1 to phase 4. So in conclusion, this is only a report on a proposal that we want to study in our institution. It's going to be a university-wide research. And we are one of the youngest universities in Malaysia, and we are still looking for the best teaching and learning strategies. And we actually really for this confidence that this approach can equip the students with ideas and arguments before they come to the class, so that we can transform them into active learners. And hopefully the data collected and analyzed will shed some light into the application of flipped classroom. And our ultimate goal is actually to assist the lecturers to plan better lessons, and for the top management to provide better trainings for our staff. So thank you very much. That's all about our research.
Thank you very much. Sorry, probably the first question would be from me. I was wondering, what was the rationale of using 3 types of questionnaire?
3 types of questions. Yeah. We are trying to select the best types of question. Actually, we haven't constructed the instruments. Just we are trying to get as many questionnaires that we think appropriate for our study. We haven't constructed questionnaires yet.
Not all the 3 types of questionnaire. Questions from the 3 types of questionnaires to be put as one questionnaire.
Yes, we include into one questionnaire.
Do we have any other questions from the audience? It's kind of interesting. Flipped classroom. I thought it's a big chart.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, again, I just want to make a comment. First of all, I think, as they say in the literature, flipped is not a new approach. It's been there before, but it's what we're doing now. We kind of, every time there's a buzzword, we all get on with it and we try to do the best we can. And I've seen this is what's happening not just in Malaysia but everywhere else. Suddenly, it's as if we didn't learn this way in the first place. We did, and then we forgot, and now we're remembering again. So we're trying to bring it back. So I think, look, the initiatives are great. And what's good about your project is it's going to be university-wide, which is something that doesn't happen most often. And I think that's a really big strength. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of feedback we get. Yeah.
Sorry, ma'am, can we have your name and your affiliation for record purposes? Because you have very good questions.
Oh, it's Baker Jalan from Monash University, Malaysia.
And any feedback that how can I improve on this?
I think for your second presentation, you've done an excellent job.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Okay. No other questions? All right, thank you very much, Ahmad. Okay, now we move on to the next presenter. The title of the paper is E-Learning Delivery Method Using Apple Technology. This is another paper using Apple products, I suppose. And the authors are Rabiatul Adawiyah Hanim, Muhammad Rosli, and Noraida Haji Ali. And the presenter is going to be Rabiatul Adawiyah Hanim.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening to all. Okay, nama Rabiatul Adawiyah Hanim. Pusat Pengajaran di Kesultanan Nusantara, Universiti Nasional Terengganu. Okay, today I would like to present a topic on e-learning delivery method using Apple technology. Okay, these are the outlines for the topics. Okay, for the introduction, how the iBooks can be used as a delivery method. So we will discover about the method is. Next, sharing the best practices from current institutional practice in order to enhance new content development for learning and technique teaching purposes. And teaching delivery has used various approaches such as seminar-based teaching, resource-based learning, collaborative learning, constructivist approach, problem-based learning, economy-based learning, and e-learning, and so on. Okay, as we all know that technology is the most prominent element to enhance learning process nowadays. And according to Homer research, teaching and learning with technology can deepen both learners and educators' skills and capable to produce more productive outcomes. And some researchers also agree on the positive outcomes by using the technology through the learning process. Okay, next. Okay, Apple applications that we use to develop content is the iBook Author, which is free to install via Apple, such as Apple devices such as iPad, iPod Touch, and even through mobile devices. ordinary form of books such as from a textbook, storybook, and can be transformed to a creative books. And we can also create more interactive teaching material by adding videos, images, audio, and interactive icons to make the material more interesting. And we can also transform typical mode of learning and educating to more interesting and creative. Okay, these are the process model for develop iBooks. Whereas we need the raw contents to design using the iBooks or template, and we can choose the one from the widget, such as gallery, media, with interactive image and so on. And then can develop the iBook, and lastly publish the iBook either to the iBook store or iTunes Store. Okay, iBooks Author is an application that used to create an interactive books. Okay, there's the function for each widgets, as you can as mentioned stated on the screen. Okay, next. Okay, activities with the iBooks Author are consistent with dragging and dropping customized, unique and interesting widgets, and even preparing an interactive assessment in the iBooks. Right, next let me show the example of using iBooks or iBooks Author widget. Okay, these are the examples of widgets that we use to develop our iBooks, such as a gallery, interactive image, media, and portfolio. Okay, there's advantage of iBook assistance. Whereas it can also be accessed by disabled people, where the disabilities people can read and experience. Okay, these are the example of iBooks developed by University of Terengganu. Okay, such as Voyage of Discovery. We have version 1 and 2. Okay, and next we have our researchers publication, new excessive coconut test, and basic field guide to implement. Okay, to wrap up, can conclude that iBooks development can use as a delivery method for e-learning, specifically in a higher education environment, and can enhance the digital content in university, which align with the university mission and vision. And University of Terengganu are now becoming the first public university in Malaysia published iBook in iBook store. Okay, these are the addresses. Thank you. That's all.
Okay, well, thank you very much. That was short and sweet. Okay, do we have any questions? Ladies and gentlemen, have you had your tea?
So can I just ask, I might have missed this information. Who's developing these books? Is it the staff and students together, or is it students? I might have missed your point, so sorry about that.
We have our specific developed iBooks as well as our lectures.
So it's will be together. Yeah. And you said that your university was the first to publish it in Malaysia. Would you happen to know, outside Malaysia, who else is using it as widely in terms of universities? Do you know at all? That's just a question. I mean, that's okay. Thank you.
All right, any other questions? Yes.
Just one question. Just one question. Is it, let's say, the items that you use, right? Is it transforming from the old audio to a new one, or you publish a new book? Similar, is it? yes.
Every input and must use 5 pages. Tapi I would with this 1 page. That likely you can just transfer as well.
May we have your name, sir?
Arif
Arif from?
from UM.
Right. You want a question? Yeah, you know, they don't want any questions. Okay. All right. That's a very good presentation. Thank you very much. All right. So let's move on to the last presenter, and I think Ahmad Fahmi and Rabiatul wait for a while now for the certificate. We finish with the last presenter. Is that okay with you? Okay. Alright, so the next presenter is the last one for this session. Is the title of the paper is Zoom A Program Usage Guide based on Active Learning Strategy, and authors are Nur Azian Atan, Muhammad Munir Haji Baharum, Muhammad Mira Haruzwan, and Norazrina Abu Sama. And the presenter is Muhammad Munir Haji Baharum. Okay, he is currently a PhD student and his studies focus on educational technology.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to all. My name is Muhammad Munir Haji Baharum. I'm from UTM. So I'm going to present today about a Zoom A program usage guide based on active learning strategies. So an introduction about the topic that I am done. In 2003, they put the PPSMI, which is known as Teaching and Learning Science and Mathematics in English, was introduced by the ministry. But in 2009, the PPSMI was gradually abrogated and fully discontinued in 2012. And it was replaced with KSSR in 2012 that the students now in primary school was seated. And then PPSMI. Now PPSMI is teaching and learning in classroom using computer. It's mostly using computer, and the teachers must use English as the language. So Zoom A, most of you don't know what is Zoom A. So actually I'm a primary teacher, a science teacher. So this is I'm focusing about my actually the study is about me, my class actually. So Zoom A was released in 2004 after the PSMI was introduced by the Ministry of Education. It was introduced by a group of teachers in Kelantan. They called the group as the MGB of Kelantan. So they published the Zoom A program. So what is Zoom A? Zoom A is an online application, which is it provides a question for science, Bahasa Malaysia, mathematics, and English. There has a lot of questions there, 1,000. But the problem is the teacher don't know how to use it. They just ask the student to come into the lab and then use the Zoom A. So they come the problem where the parents start to ask questions. The effectiveness of the Zoom A. Sorry, I'm quite nervous actually. So the method used in the classroom can attract the focus to learn. So here comes I'm introducing the active learning to overcome this problem. So the research objective of this paper is to design learning activity based on the active learning strategies through the technique of 1 minute paper, number it together, and then 2 strategies. And then to identify the effectiveness of learning activity based on the active learning strategies. Again, the first one is the student performance through the content base, and then the student performance through a Zoom A program, student perception toward the strategies and the activities implemented, and then to identify the best learning activity for Zoom A program implementations, and to produce a Zoom A program usage guide with active learning strategies for science subject. So I have done this paper, this research in 2013, and it has been implemented in my schools until now. So we have the result is quite good until now. Okay. So literature review about active learning. So active learning requires students to participate actively in their learnings, allow students to pursue what they have explored, and then contribute significantly to fostering confidence, discipline, and self-control in the students, involve cognitive activity rather than behavioral activities. And then the approach applied in active learning are small groups, cooperative learnings, role play, hands-on projects, and questioning. So as example of activity tested, as I mentioned before, is number hits together, quiz and test question together, and 10-2 strategies. So the data collection, I'm using quantitative data and analysis by triangulations. The first one is the student perceptions, studied through the questionnaire, and then student participation patterns is studied through a questionnaire by observation, and then student achievement by design a pre and post test, a pre-study design experiment. So the findings for the pre and post test data based on the content. So the results are significant. The null hypothesis has been rejected, and there is a difference in the achievement of students in the pre and post test. The value of mean score higher after the student post test, and the highest mean score was 42.2 from 50 marks. And then the mean comparison for the number hits together activities, the same. The significant difference, there are significant difference, and then the mean score increased from the 3.15 to 4.43. The next one is the mean comparison for the question and answer together activities. Also, the results are the same, significant difference, mean score increase 3.17 to 4.43. And then the mean comparison for 10-2 strategy activity, significant difference, the mean score increase 3.23 to 4.49. So the mean comparison for all the three activities shows that the 10-2 strategies score the highest mean. The highest mean compared to the other activity. As you can see, all when we implement the activity in the PNP, or known as teaching and learning, so the students get more interested to learn. That's why the mean got higher. So the 10-2 strategies that score the most is teachers share. These are the strategies that I have implemented. 10 minutes for teacher to share information about the topics, and then students discuss in pairs and create a mind map about topics for 10 minutes, and then the student present the mind map they have done for 2 minutes. This one is selected group only, and then quiz questions. Then students discuss in pairs for 2 minutes, and then students present the answer for 2 minutes, and explanation by teachers. This activity have been modified by the original one from Siemens and Mr. C. So the last step there is the usage of Zoom A. So Zoom A is just the modules. So the conclusions are: the best activity is the 10-2 strategies. Assignment is a group. Attracted the attention of the students, different from traditional class, which we implement games, group activities, presentations. And then the most important thing is, from this activity, it changed the attitude of the teachers who are still bound to the syllabus. And then to improve the understanding, achievement of the students, and can be applied and just depending on the creativity of the teachers. It not depends on the activity that I have done. The teachers can adjust it, depends on the class. And then students can retrieve on their own to get the answers, and can create the social interactions among the students. So that's all. Thank you.
It's very colorful, very nice. Are you still nervous? Okay, do you have any questions from the audience? No?
I think that's pretty well demonstrated, with the study and outcome. The only thing I wanted to ask was, I think the other gentleman who presented earlier, do you have, between maybe both of you, yeah, do you think think that there's a place for maybe focus group type of in the triangulation of, besides surveys, do you think there's a place for having focus groups or some feedback from learners and from your educators in your project and yours? Have you included that?
Yeah, we included.
Okay, so you've got already feedback. Yeah. In yours? Okay. That's good. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Munir. And that's the end of our session 2 today. Before I give out the certificates to the presenters, allow me to make some announcements. I'm sure some of you have heard that we have a welcome dinner for all participants and presenters, which will be tomorrow at 7:30, but the bus will leave the Hyatt Hotel at 6:30. Okay, so we shall wait at the Humanis Ballroom to board the bus to the venue. It's FOC, but you have to confirm your attendance with the welcome dinner committee, which is myself and also Mr. Marina. So in case you have not confirmed your attendance, would you like to join the dinner? So you can give us your name. All right? Confirm, yeah? All right, good. So, okay. Now we call upon Ahmad Fahimi. Congratulations. Second exhibition. Next one is Rabiatul Adawiyah Kaning. Thank you for waiting. Facebook. And the last one is Muhammad Munir. Okay, thank you very much.
This one is more different. So I think there are books available through their libraries. Yeah, sorry, I was just saying to the lady here that I'm not selling books, but I did author a book on online learning, which is about pedagogical framework. So if it's not about teaching and learning effectiveness, then there's a problem with the technology. And this one is about technology, innovation, leadership, and development. It's a little more in engineering and business about leadership and how they use things like e-commerce, e-governance to modernize the systems in some of the developing countries. But I was saying that I think they're available in the e-book form through the libraries. So if anybody is interested, there is some of this information. Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Honestly, there's you've chaired this session really well. I have to say, how much of the sessions have gone through, we have gone over the time on this. But every time when we go to a session, I really must keep people the middle of the time. I was drawing, I don't keep copying it now. So
Thank you very much for
are
your
you from this? Are you from this? Which
new idea.
yes, we always organize. Yeah.
The name of the mess is actually
Right. I think they're on Amazon as well, but I think if you ask, if you just go to the titles and that the library can order, yeah. Oh, I even on the library, yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, you already did. Yeah.
I already
Okay.
all right, thanks. Very nice to meet you. Thank you. Yes, that's just good. The stations on the dinner outside. And so we said, first I said, go travel for an hour or something. And they said, like, just here, but you're just taking people from the hotel to the cafe. To the restaurant and back. Okay.
Are you staying here?
Yes, I am.
That's really very easy.
Okay. And if I had to bring a guest, what would I pay for the restaurant? Would I be able to bring someone or not?
Sure, you.
Yeah, how many?
No, if your numbers, but I just,
No, because
my
now-
husband's with me. But I mean, if your numbers are low, but
Yeah.
if they're not, then are they?
Yeah, they're still low. You can please bring your husband. No, just two of you.
Yeah, it's just,
Okay. I'll tell you the number.
yeah, but I can pay whatever.
No, it's sponsored by the minister. Yeah.
Oh, you're promoting. You have never been to Kampung Nelayan restaurant? I think you will enjoy it.
I've really been to the
Oh, this is
I went been in Malaysia for a year.
I think you should, because you're gonna have, we have presentations.
So I know everyone keeps talking about the restaurant. So it must be a very special one.
Yeah, there will be cultural show. Yeah.
Are you all from this region or from somewhere else?
Yeah, we are some.
Oh, okay.
It looks quite good because I'm currently shopping for shopping. Shopping for place to learn their study.
Yeah.
You have very limited time to think about studies.
I just set up a leading portfolio for education management. So it's staff and student development, mentoring programs for students, peer assisted and for staff it's learning and teaching. Anyway, nice meeting you ladies. Sure, it's great. It's great.
We'll see each other.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So if I have to put my name, do I give it to someone there that I'm coming to?
I will take my
She's the boss.
Okay. Okay, so if you put my name and make it time. I think I told one of the ladies there, but I wasn't sure. If
All right, no problem. I just have
just check there. Thank you.
All right, please join us.
Thank you. That's good. Another question. From ACAP, is it from here? I think they said nobody's here today from ACAP. But is someone coming tomorrow or the next day? Just they're supposed to. But they have come to this place coming.
Sorry.
Listening, I'm not sure. This one is the deputy director of
I'll let Sharla, secretary team to announce when is
okay, thank you. All right. See you.
Doctor is
ISM.
All right.
All right.
we cannot do the speech. Kami semua busy today with the program we haven't done it. Terus dia reply kan. Terus tiba-tiba tadi si Yati tanya si W1 push dari government. Oh, si Sulut ambil dia kata orang mesti dia itu speech. Ya, dia mau tengok dulu dia punya speech dia kan. Oh, dia reply. Oh, si Sulut bilang ke. Ada dia punya orang tim tu. Saya reply. Sampai saya gila.
Once sulit siya kabukan sila na sila nang press sec din ang sumpa-sumpa na kita lang yan. So, tinaminis ko ng sapat na